What's up, guys? This is Jamie, Bomb Squad Performance. Today I'm going to go over my Harbor Freight belt sander, and what a pile of shit it was. If you're using this thing for any sort of metalworking and stuff, you're probably highly disappointed in it. Which, I mean, what do you expect for what it cost? I'm assuming it does a better job at wood. I wouldn't know. I don't do any woodwork. So it leaves a lot to be desired as far as anything that touches metal on it. It basically will barely deburr apart. What I did was upgraded the electric motor on it, and it actually will do a decent job. Now, I know there's a lot of belt sanders out there, different price ranges, everybody's got a budget, and as of right now there's nothing in our budget that suits our needs. So we will be building a custom belt sander to meet all of our needs. If you're thinking about doing that, you gotta look at time and cost versus if you could just buy something to suit your needs that will end up saving you money versus wasting your time building it. We'll get into it. This is the little bitty guy that came off of it. She spins at a whopping 1,819 RPMs. Before, we could put a fresh belt on this and you could stop it with your hand. So you couldn't hardly put any pressure on it. For the most part, it was worthless. I think this disc on the side is still worthless. I don't ever use it. I just use the flat belt now. So I jumped on Facebook Marketplace looking for an upgrade and found a pool and spa motor. It spins at 3,450 RPMs. It's a 1.5 horsepower motor. I welded some quick brackets in it, hooked it up, and it will do metal things now, which is a huge benefit for me because this tool was taking up real estate and not pulling its own weight. So now it actually has a purpose in life, and I won't kill it with fire yet until the new belt sander gets here and we build it. And I will probably shoot this thing several times. I hated it. It was very aggravating, but now it does its job and it's a tool. So I will show you what its capabilities are now. Again, see if it's beneficial to you to upgrade or to buy new. I sourced this motor on Facebook Marketplace for 75 bucks. Took me about an hour to weld up some brackets and stuff and wire it in, and so I'm about, 75 if you include labor and stuff. Less than 100 bucks probably to make it do something that is beneficial. So my bandsaw walked on this a little bit. If you see that, with the other motor on here, this would take me probably 5 or 6 years to file down. You can't put any aggressive belts on it before because it would just immediately stop. You could run like a 120 is like the coarsest you could get it to spin anything. Like I said, it barely deburred. Now I think I got a 36 grit belt on there, and we'll be filing that down probably fairly quickly. It still leaves a little bit to be desired, but like I said, it's actually a tool now and it works. So I'll show you what all I got going on here real quick, and then we'll bust that down. Like I said, here's the old motor, little bitty guy, and now we got this massive 1.5 horsepower motor on there. Like I said, I got it off Facebook Marketplace, 75 bucks. It'd never been hooked up. It's a 220, or you can plug it in 110, which is what I did. So over here, just welded some quick brackets on it to mount the motor. Nothing fancy. I just caught 3 bolt locations. I didn't do anything with the 4th. It's not torquey enough or crazy enough to need all 4. I was fine with it this way. This is the original wheel off of the other one. I had to drill it out to 3/8, and it pretty much press fit onto this. So it's not going anywhere. It's held on there by pure pressure. Again, just wired it in some old cord I had laying around. and now it works. But what I didn't do is make any kind of belt tensioner on this. And when I pulled it back, the belt's a little tight, so it has a little trouble getting started on its own. So if you just turn it on, see what I mean? So you just give it a little helping hand. She's rolling. So it's doing its job. And, you can actually put some pressure on things to get it to do its job. So here I will show you just how quickly we can get rid of that and start getting this thing flat. This is a piece of scrap 5-inch stainless from a downpipe I built. And we'll see how long that takes. I'm curious too. The big difference between these two is you actually need safety glasses with this thing now. It'll spit belt debris at you pretty hardcore. But bear with me here, it'll be loud. So in just those few seconds, it's flat. I mean, it's hard to see that edge using a cell phone camera. There's still a few spots right in here that aren't flat, but a couple more seconds it'll be good. There it is. I mean, that's done. That was a lot of material hanging on there for a Harbor Freight belt sander to try to tackle. Before, like I said, that would have taken forever. And now I can swap out my 36 grit belt if you want to. Let's see, we got a 120 here. Throw the 120 on her just to soften up a little bit. Literally like a perfect finish. She is done. I mean, that is a good finish. We'll take it over here to our marble block and we'll see how flat it actually is. I'm actually curious on this myself. I mean, there it is. I mean, for Harbor Freight, decent upgrade until my I build the other belt sander. Like I said, I got 75 bucks in it. It actually does something now, which before, like I said, it was just taking up space. It was more frustration and aggravation than anything. And that's just a ceramic belt from Lowe's. There's obviously better abrasive companies out there where you can get a silicon carbide, which I highly recommend. That'll be my next purchase on this. And it actually does something. Like I said, I don't use this guy, so I have no review on that. That thing's stupid. It vibrates, it's weak, it's chintzy. I mean, you could probably upgrade the wheel, but don't. But now it actually does belt sander things and plays the part that it was originally intended for. So, again, look at how much it's going to take you if you got a welder. I mean, that's the only way I can see putting any kind of bracing on it. Said it was real quick with some scrap that I had laying around. So I got some more RPMs out of it, some more horsepower, and it grinds now. So it helped me build a 5-inch downpipe for this thing. As you can see, there's a few pie cuts down there, and then it comes out the bumper here. But it makes quick work of aluminum. So there it is. I mean, questions, comments, leave them here. I'll try to answer them as quick as I can. But you can make a Harbor Freight belt sander work on metal. It's possible. It's feasible. It's cheap. But like I said, if you need more than that, I wouldn't invest any more time or effort into something. The platform's not that great. Now mine, I've welded it to where this doesn't move up and down, which we never needed before. Flat position is all I need. And that's it. So leave some comments.